This time, I'm taking a Shinkansen. Hello and a very good morning from Tokyo Station. Today I'm going to take a day trip from Tokyo to Hiroshima. I'm taking the Shinkansen on the way there, and later on I will be flying back from Hiroshima back here to Tokyo. Normally, if you are a visitor to Japan, you can benefit from something called the Japan Rail Pass, which allows you to do pretty much unlimited travel on the Shinkansens, among others. But the one I'm taking on today is the Nozomi, which is the fastest, one of the fastest of all, and unfortunately the Japan Rail Pass is not available, so I needed to buy a separate ticket for it. Here we go, let's board the train.
My ride today is an N700S series Shinkansen train capable of carrying 1,324 passengers at a speed of 180 miles an hour. I booked the ticket in the green car, which is basically a first class ticket. However, there's an even better option called Grand Class, but its availability is limited to specific routes, excluding the one I'm taking today. The seats in the green car are in a 2-2 configuration and always face the direction of travel, as after each service the cleaning staff turns them around. Green cars only come with reserved seats. My home for the next just under 4 hours, seat 3A.
This is the Nozomi Super Express, bound for Hakata.
Depending on the specific Nozomi train service, there can be different number of stops between Tokyo Station and Hiroshima. My train today stopped 7 times, and the 500-mile long journey took exactly 3 hours and 50 minutes. The train left the station on time at exactly 7:48. If you ever want to take this or any other train in Japan, make sure you are not late. Getting through a big Japanese station is definitely not the easiest, but an experience on its own, especially for someone from the West. The seats in the green car are big, comfortable recliners with loads of legroom and a footrest that you can adjust. Each seat has 2 tray tables, one big enough for a meal or a laptop, and a small one for your drinks. If you are planning to catch some sleep on your journey, the seats recline quite a bit too. They are also heated, and each one has its own reading light. The windows are huge, perfect for watching the world passing by, but if you want to nap or just block out the scenery, there are blinds on all of them too. Plus, you've got a power socket for your gadgets, an adjustable air vent to keep you comfy, and a hook for your coat. If you want to work or just watch a movie, there's free Wi-Fi, which was fast and reliable, even in the long tunnels. I did not have a single blackout spot in the whole journey. Including the 7 stops, my journey took just under 4 hours, averaging a rather impressive speed of 130 miles an hour. Between stations, the Shinkansen speed truly shines, reaching speeds of around 180 miles an hour. Despite the high speed, the ride is incredibly smooth. It's more like flying, but without the turbulence, and it's also much quieter. Food and drinks are not included in the ticket price, but you get a towel. The staff brings around a trolley every now and then, which is stocked with sandwiches and hot and cold drinks. When I filmed this video at the end of October, there were already cards at each seat promoting a new service, which would start in November, that will allow passengers to order food directly to their seats by just scanning a QR code. I got myself a sandwich, a pastry and some drinks. The prices are surprisingly reasonable, about £7 or just under $9 for all this, and for prepackaged food it was absolutely fine. I walked over to the non-first class carriages to check them out. The main difference is that these ones have a 3-2 seating arrangement, so you have a bit less space, also less legroom, and there's no carpet on the floor. But the carriage was just as quiet and the seats looked comfy. Each carriage has 2 bathrooms, a small one with just a sink, and a full-size one with a toilet. While it's not the fancy Japanese one with all the bells and whistles, which I think everyone should experience at least once in their lives, it was spotless clean. There was even a sign showing how to use it. Not sure who that was aimed at, but I guess there must have been a reason for it. Hiroshima was approaching quick, meaning it was time to get off. Each stop is announced well in advance, and since the train only stops briefly, you are kind of expected to be ready to hop off the second the train arrives. My green card ticket set me back £147 or $185 US, while a standard ticket would have been around £50 or $60 US cheaper. For the extra legroom and less crowded carriage, I believe the premium price was well worth it. The train pulled into Hiroshima station right on time at 11:38, exactly 3 hours and 50 minutes after departing Tokyo. The Shinkansen, just like most things in Japan, is like a clockwork.
Wow, this was awesome. What a stunning machine. Interestingly, not over the course of the 4 hours anyone ever asked for my ticket or checked where I was sitting. I guess sitting where you shouldn't be is not really a thing in Japan. Anyways, welcome to Hiroshima. Let's get a coffee and go exploring. Arigato.
I have always wanted to come to Hiroshima to see the historic site of the atomic bomb, so I took one of the local buses to the Peace Memorial Park. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped the first atomic bomb on Japan. The bomb exploded about this very spot, and today the location stands as a tribute to the victims and a reminder of the devastating power of nuclear weapons. At the heart of the park stands the atomic bomb dome, the skeletal ruins of the former Hiroshima Prefectural Industry and Promotion Hall. Miraculously spared from the blast, it was left as it was after the bombing. The whole park is a peaceful and quiet place, but it definitely has an eerie feel to it. If you are in this part of Japan, the park needs to be on your list of places to visit.
There is something I always wanted to try, and I wanted to try it here in Japan, and it's the Japanese Wagyu beef. So I did some research and I found a place. It's on the 10th floor behind me, and this is where I'm going now. Yes, okay, perfect. Great, thank you so much. Apparently I need to cook it for myself. So let's see how it goes.
This whole lunch menu with the miso soup, the salad and the drink was £13.50 or around $17 US. It came with 5 pieces of Wagyu beef and I could cook it myself on the grill in the middle of the table. I love cooking, but equally I didn't want to mess up my first Wagyu experience, so I cooked the meat one by one and they actually turned out to be amazing.
It's like butter. It's melting in your mouth. Medium, just the way I like it. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. I know that steak is not everyone's cup of tea, but oh my god, this was magnificent. It's getting late. Need to get back to the airport. So let's get going. On the way back from Hiroshima to Tokyo, I am going to take a Japan Airlines flight. It's a domestic one. It's only 1 hour 25 minutes. Mind you, the train on the way here was just under 4 hours. I really wanted to compare what domestic travel is like between trains and the flight. So let's go and check in.
The domestic terminal here in Hiroshima is quite small, with only 4 gates. Despite ANA and JAL both operating multiple daily flights between Tokyo and Hiroshima, the terminal was quiet in the evening as the last ANA flight had already departed and my flight was not even close to full. My ride back to Tokyo was this 18-year-old Boeing 767-300 delivered brand new to JAL in 2005. It's configured in a 3-class layout, first, business and economy, but first class is more like business and business is more like premium economy, but you will see for yourself.
desire.
Economy class is in a 2-3-2 configuration. My home for the next hour and 25 minutes, seat 37A. Due to a slight misalignment in the seats and windows, some rows, including mine, have 2 windows. I was fortunate again not to have anyone sitting next to me. Quick safety video, and we were soon on our way taxiing to the runway. My quite short 400-mile flight tonight from gate to gate took about an hour and 25 minutes, but we were in the air for just under an hour. If we want to experience short, wide-body flights, Japan is definitely the place to go. The seats are absolutely fine with just enough legroom for this short flight. Each seat has a tray table, a couple of USB ports, a control panel for the lights, but there is no individual air vent, and that's pretty much it. There's no in-flight entertainment on the 767, but there's free Wi-Fi for all passengers. You just add your email address and you're online. The connection was fast and reliable. Service on board starts, well, and finishes too with a drink service. There is a menu which the crew shows to all passengers. There are a few fruit juices and other soft drinks to choose from. Speaking of the crew, they were very nice throughout the flight. Obviously there's not much interaction in such a short time, but they were very good. I barely finished my drink when the seatbelt sign came on, and we were already starting our descent into Haneda. I didn't have a chance to check out the restroom, so no review there, but based on how good the rest of the flight was, I'm pretty sure the bathrooms were fine too. Japan Airlines offers a Japan Explorer Pass, which provides discounted domestic flights for foreigners who have a departing flight booked from Japan already. There are 3 price categories based on the flight distance, and you can book any JAL route within Japan. I paid £68 or about $86 for this flight, which was about 50% cheaper than the full fare. If you're planning to explore Japan and prefer flying to taking the train, this option can save you some money. You can find a link to the program in the description.
So, this flight was really good. It only took about an hour 25 minutes. However, my flight arrived to Haneda Airport, but both Haneda and Narita are at least an hour away from Tokyo Central. So, if I take into account that from Hiroshima Central to the airport it was 45 minutes, then 2 hour wait at the airport, then around 25 minutes for the flight, then another hour to get back to Tokyo Central. It's easily over 5 hours, and the train only took 3 hours and 50 minutes. So I would take the train any time of the day. It was a great experience, and the Shinkansen itself is an experience on its own. Anyways, my time in Japan is coming to its end. It's time for another flight. It's another budget airline flight. Tonight, I'm taking a flight